Okay, so I just want to walk you through a quick example of a PSA sample assignment and what this might look like. So um, this is just a quick example, so you're probably going to put in a lot more time and thought into what you're going to do, but I'm just going to quickly create kind of a poster with a slogan and then a link to some additional resources. You can see our page here. There's some PSA examples, and these are kind of professional videos, but your PSA can really be anything. It can be a script, a cartoon, a PowerPoint, collage, a poster. You could write a song or a poem, anything at all. At the bottom, if you are choosing to do something with an image, we actually have a link to something called the Creative Commons search tool, which will help you find images you're allowed to reuse. So if you've taken your own images, that's fine. Most of us won't be doing that, so the Creative Commons search tool will be really helpful. So when you get to the Creative Commons search tool, I usually select the Flickr image option, but there's some other ones, and these might be different options based on where you're at in the world, and some of these options might be better depending on where you're at in the world. So you might want to explore a few of these. So up at the top there's a search query, and I'm going to do mine on fake massage parlors. And then I want to find something that I can modify, adapt, or build. So a fake massage parlor is essentially a front for human trafficking, where there are prostitution-related services that are being provided instead of, what the sign says with a massage. Then I'll click search. I actually found this earlier, so found several resources and actually identified a picture. Yeah, so I identified a picture that I want to use. So since I'm talking about fake massage parlors, I also need to have some information about this. So I actually found this website from the Polaris project, and this is related mostly to what's going on in the United States. So you might be able to find different resources from the course or from where you're at. But this seems like a really good fit for me. This picture was taken in San Francisco in California. And you could read this page, but essentially I'm going to link to this just to give people information about fake massage parlors on my poster. So if somebody were to see my poster, they could go here. I'm going to provide a slogan, then a link to this resource, and then I'm going to provide a little information about the image. So I found the image I want. I found the information that I want. One thing I need to check before I use this image is down on the bottom, you'll see where it says some rights reserved or no rights reserved or all rights reserved, depending on what the image is. I'm going to go ahead and click that and learn about what those rights are. So with this image, I'm allowed to share it. I can copy it. I can make copies. I can give it to other people. I'm allowed to adapt it so I can change it, including for commercial purposes. Some of these will not allow commercial purposes, which is fine for a class assignment. And then there are some conditions. So I'm allowed to share and adapt, but I have to make sure that the person who took the image is given appropriate credit. And I'm going to do that by just including a little bit of text on the image. And other people are also allowed to rebuild it or build upon my work. Those are just the two conditions. Depending on your image, there might be different conditions. So I'm okay with that. I can go ahead and download the image. I'll just use the original size, which is going to be rather large. And then I'm actually just going to open up PowerPoint. So I've already started this. Let me delete this, sorry. So from PowerPoint, I'm going to drag and drop my image. Oh, it got rotated, which is a little interesting. But I can fix that in PowerPoint. All right. So I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to make it fit my space here. Things like that. So one thing you'll find in PowerPoint is if you go beyond the size of the slide, it'll still show in your area on the screen where you're editing, but over on the thumbnail it'll actually show you what it will really look like. So one of the things I want to remove from here is the phone number. I don't want to, identify this business as a fake massage parlor. I don't know anything about it. Just using a picture that I'm allowed to retake and things like that. So I'm going to take their phone number out. So I'm just going to do that by drawing a box and then making sure that box is just black so it blends in. Alright, that way it'll blend in a little bit. Alright, and then I'm going to think about a slogan. So I want this to be about people that have, essentially been promised work, for example, but instead are, maybe they've been promised a good job at a reputable salon or something like that, but instead they're in this fake massage parlor. So I'm going to just make a statement like they came here for a better life. Now they are trapped. I'm going to make that text white so it pops. And I'm going to make it bigger so you can actually see it. And then I'm going to make another text box. It's just going to be learn more at. And I'm going to copy and paste my link to the Polaris project. I'll make this text white again. Okay, so I've got my slogan, my information, and once again this is really simplified. I'm just trying to do this quickly for a recording. And after that I need to make sure I provide the information about this image that I was required. So if you remember, I have to provide attribution and I have to let people share it. So to do that, I'm actually going to create another text box. I'll just put it over here on the right. This might be a couple of lines of text. And I'm going to put that image is Creative Commons licensed, and then in parentheses BYSA, which you can actually you can get from the URL. So it's by-sa from. Then I'm going to go back to the Flickr page. I'm going to find this person's information. So it's Daniel Spice. At, and then I'm going to actually just copy and paste this link right into my text. Make this white so you can see it. Make it a little bit bigger. You see, I'm trying to follow this thumbnail over here. So this is really kind of a rough example. I apologize for that. One of the things you can do to make the text pop a little bit, you'll see there's a lot of different colors, including white, is if you select your text in PowerPoint, you can actually apply like a simple drop shadow to it. Under Format, then Effects. And I'm just going to pick a little shadow to make my text pop a little bit. So now it's readable. I've got my message. They came for a better life. Now they are trapped. Learn more. I'm going to change this about fake massage parlors at. I'm going to make this wider, try to get that address on one page. Just to make it a little easier to read. Okay. Okay, so now I have my slogan, I have my information, I have my image, Creative Commons license information here. So just remember that you have to have the Creative Commons, it's licensed. Then on the information page, it's, so in my case, it's by-sa. It's up here. It used to be somewhere on this text. Oh, it's right here. So it's CC by-sa. So it's right there at the top. And then from the original source, and then I put their Flickr address. I'm going to make the Flickr address a little bit smaller so it fits on just a couple of lines. All right. Oh. All right, so now I have all of my information. And I'm ready to actually just save this, so I can go to File, then Save As. I can save this as either a PDF or an image. I'll just save it as a PDF for now. Then I'll call it whatever name you want to call it. So now if I open that up, this is the final result. So this link will actually be clickable. You'll see I'll need to go in and edit this a little bit because the link's not fully showing up, but this will be clickable, which is kind of nice. I just need to change the color of it and make sure it fits on the page. And this would be something that you're ready to submit.